Welcome back, deep divers. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of dreams.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at Dreams by Victoria Price using excerpts you guys send in
We're talking about everything from what dreams are
to why we have them.
and even how to interpret those crazy symbols and recurring themes.
Exactly. Maybe you want to remember more of your dreams.
Or maybe you want to steer them in a more positive direction.
Whatever it is, we're here to unpack it all.
Dreams are just so mysterious, right? They offer a glimpse into our subconscious.
A whole hidden world within us.
And there's even this debate about whether dreams actually mean something.
Or if they're just random firings of neurons.
Right. So before we get too deep into all that, let's start with the basics. What exactly are dreams?
Well, the dictionary definition is pretty simple, right? It's a series of thoughts, images, and sensations that happen in our minds while we're asleep.
Okay, but we all know it's not that simple.
No, not at all. The book really emphasizes the importance of REM sleep,
That deep sleep stage where the most vivid dreams happen.
Exactly. It's like the main stage for those nightly mental productions.
And when it comes to analyzing those dreams, there are these two main approaches, right?
Yeah, there's the neuroscientific approach,
Which focuses on brain activity,
and then there's the psychoanalytic approach.
which explores all that symbolic meaning.
It's like looking at two sides of the same coin.
Right. One's like the mechanics and the other's like the message.
That's a great way to put it.
So something that really blew my mind in the book was the description of the 5 stages of sleep.
Oh, yeah, the dream phases. It's like our brains are putting on this whole sleep symphony, transitioning through all these different movements.
It's wild. So first, we have the alpha stage. That's like that hazy in-between zone where you might experience hypnagogic hallucinations.
Those weird sensations like falling or hearing your name called.
Exactly.
And what's so cool is that the book suggests you can actually influence your dreams. Like as you're drifting off, you can kind of plant a seed in your subconscious.
Wait, so my pre-sleep meditation might actually be shaping my dreams.
It's definitely a possibility. Then we move into the theta phase.
Which is even closer to sleep.
Right. But you still have some awareness. Experienced meditators are pretty familiar with this state.
Okay, so alpha and theta are like the overture.
Yeah, setting the stage for the main event.
Then we've got stage 2, where those sleep spindles kick in.
Ah, those rapid bursts of brain activity, those knock you right out. This is when dreams start getting a little more fragmented, harder to remember.
But you might catch glimpses if you wake up during this phase.
Yeah, but those memories fade super quick. So if you're serious about dream recall, keep a journal by your bed. Always.
Okay, noted. Then we hit deep sleep, the realm of delta waves.
This is where your body's doing all its repair work, recharging.
And finally, we reach REM sleep.
The grand finale. That's where all those vivid, memorable dreams take center stage.
This is where our minds get to, really play.
Exploring emotions, processing experiences, maybe even offering a glimpse into our hidden potential.
It's amazing how all those different sleep phases connect to the different theories about why we dream.
Oh, definitely. So why do we dream?
Why do we spend a third of our lives in this dream world?
There isn't just one answer, but the book dives into some really prominent theories. One suggests that our brains are working through problems we encountered during the day, like overnight therapy.
I've definitely woken up with the solution to a problem that was bugging me all day.
Exactly, like your brain was working on it in the background while you slept.
It's crazy to think our brains might be processing info and making connections while we're out cold.
It is. The book even tells this story about someone who suddenly remembered where they'd lost something when they woke up, as if their subconscious had been, retracing their steps all night.
Wow, that's so cool.
There's another theory that dreams are an emotional outlet, like a safe space for your subconscious to deal with all those feelings you might not even acknowledge during the day.
So those dreams about being chased or giving a presentation in your underwear, that could be your subconscious dealing with anxiety.
Totally. Dreams can be super intense, even if we don't always get what they mean.
Right, that makes sense. Then there's this theory that dreams are like an artistic interpretation of our daily lives.
Right, like our brains are turning everyday life into these surreal films, using metaphors and imagery to get deeper meanings across.
So if I dream I'm, I don't know, trapped in a tiny box, it could mean I'm feeling suffocated in some area of my life.
Exactly. It's all about looking beyond what literally happens in the dream.
This is making me want to pay way closer attention to my dreams. What other theories are out there?
Well, there's the memory formation theory. This one suggests that dreams play a role in how we form memories, like an overnight replay of our experiences.
So while we sleep, our brains are busy consolidating memories and moving them from short-term to long-term storage.
Right. It's like our brains are making a highlight reel of the day, strengthening those neural pathways.
This makes me wonder, if we could control our dreams, could we use them to learn new things or improve our memory?
That's a great question. I mean, imagine being able to download information straight into your brain while you sleep. Researchers are actually looking into that.
Wow, the possibilities are insane. Okay, so we've got problem solving, emotional outlet, artistic interpretation, and memory formation. Any other leading theories from the book?
Well, there's the simplest one, but maybe also the most frustrating. The idea that dreams are just random, that they don't actually mean anything.
So it could just be our brains firing off neurons randomly while we sleep.
It's a possibility. But even if dreams are random, they still feel incredibly real, and they can definitely affect us emotionally.
Yeah, for sure. They often leave us with this sense of wonder or unease, even if we can't figure out what they're about. Now, the book also talks about external factors that can influence our dreams, like sound and even the moon.
Right. Richard Wiseman, this psychologist, did some fascinating research on the effects of sound on dreams.
Yeah. He found that, like, listening to soothing sounds, like birdsong, led to more positive dreams. But harsher sounds, like traffic, led to more negative dreams.
It's pretty amazing. Like we could curate our own dream soundtrack for a better sleep experience.
Right. And what about the moon? Is there any science behind the whole full moon affecting our dreams thing?
Well, scientists are still studying exactly how it works, but some people think that the extra light from a full moon might trigger some sort of primal protective response in our subconscious.
Interesting. So it seems like our dreams can be influenced by both internal and external factors, everything from our own thoughts and emotions to the sounds and sights around us.
Exactly. But perhaps the most fascinating connection is how all of this ties in to the relationship between our conscious and subconscious minds. It's like, that saying, the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Our conscious mind is what we see above the surface, but the subconscious is that whole massive world hidden below.
Okay, I get that. But how do those two parts of our minds interact when we're dreaming?
Well, the book describes the conscious mind as the CEO of our waking life.
Yeah.
It's all about logic, reason, making decisions.
So it's the practical one, keeping everything running smoothly.
Exactly. But the subconscious, that's more like the creative director, working behind the scenes with all the emotions, instincts, and imagination.
And this is the part of us that really gets to express itself in our dreams.
Exactly. While your conscious mind is resting, the subconscious takes over, weaving together all those images, symbols, and emotions.
It's like our internal sensor takes a break, and all those hidden thoughts and feelings come out to play.
And if we pay attention to those dreams, we can learn so much about what's really going on beneath the surface.
Okay, so how do we actually go about interpreting those dreams? Does the book offer any guidance?
It does. It outlines this 5-step process for unlocking the meaning of your dreams. And it all starts with writing down your dreams as soon as you wake up.
Yeah, those memories are so fleeting. It's like trying to grab smoke.
Exactly. Even just a few random images or feelings, write them down. It doesn't matter how fragmented or bizarre they seem.
So grab a notebook or use your phone's voice recorder. Just get those dream images down before they disappear.
Exactly. Then the second step is to figure out the main emotion connected to the dream. Even if the dream itself doesn't make sense logically, the feeling it gives you can be a big clue.
Because sometimes you wake up from a dream with a feeling like joy or anxiety, but you can't even remember what the dream was about.
Precisely. Emotions are the language of the subconscious, so pay attention to how the dream makes you feel. That's key.
Okay, so we've written down the dream and we've identified the main emotion. What's next?
The third step is to connect the dream to things that are happening in your waking life. Are there any patterns or recurring themes? Do they relate to any stress, anxiety, or problems you haven't dealt with?
So if I'm having recurring dreams about being unprepared for a test, it could be reflecting how overwhelmed I feel at work.
It's definitely possible. Those anxieties we carry around with us, they can totally show up in our dreams.
What about those dreams that are just totally out there with no obvious connection to our lives? The book mentions something called a dream dictionary. What's that all about?
Dream dictionaries are really helpful for understanding the symbolism that often pops up in dreams. They offer interpretations of common dream symbols, like animals, objects, and actions.
So if I dream about a snake, I could look up snake in a dream dictionary to see what that might represent.
Exactly. While interpretations can vary, those dictionaries give you a good starting point for understanding the metaphorical language of your dreams.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've written down the dream, figured out the main emotion, connected it to our waking life, and maybe even used a dream dictionary. What's the final step?
This is the most important step. Act on it. If your dreams are trying to tell you something, listen to them and make changes.
So if I have a recurring dream that highlights something I'm stressed about, I should try to address that in my waking life.
Exactly. Or if your dreams reveal something you secretly desire or are passionate about, find a way to pursue it. Dreams can be a diagnostic tool and a source of inspiration.
Okay, this is starting to make a lot of sense. Now, I have to ask about those common dream themes. The ones we all seem to have. Being chased, flying, showing up to work naked. Does the book offer any insights into those?
It does. And those common dream themes often have pretty consistent interpretations, like that classic being chased dream. It usually symbolizes running away from something in our waking life.
Like an issue we're avoiding, or a responsibility we don't want to face.
Exactly. It's our subconscious telling us to confront those fears or challenges head on.
So facing our fears in our dreams might actually help us overcome them in real life.
It's definitely possible. The book also explores the common dream of flying, which often represents freedom, achieving our goals, or a sense of unlimited possibility.
I love those dreams. They feel so exhilarating, like anything is possible.
Right. It's like a reminder from our subconscious that we're capable of more than we think.
What about those dreams where you show up to work or school naked? I've heard that one's about feeling exposed or vulnerable.
You're right. Those dreams often reflect anxieties about being judged or scrutinized by others. It can also mean being afraid of being unprepared or caught off guard.
Like our subconscious is playing out our worst fears.
In a way, yeah. But even those uncomfortable dreams can teach us a lot about our fears and insecurities.
Okay, this is fascinating. But what about those dreams that just seem totally bizarre and nonsensical? Are those just random neurons firing, or could they still have meaning?
The book suggests that even the weirdest dreams can be meaningful if we're willing to dig a little deeper. Sometimes our subconscious uses strange imagery and symbolism to grab our attention.
So instead of dismissing those dreams as just weird, we should try to figure out what they're trying to tell us.
Exactly. Think of those bizarre dreams as a puzzle waiting to be solved.
This is making me want to start a dream journal right now. What other insights does the book offer into dream interpretation?
Well, it delves into some other common themes, like dreaming about vehicles, which often symbolizes our journey through life and our sense of direction.
So if I dream about driving a car that's out of control, it could mean I feel lost or uncertain about my path in life.
It could. The book also explores dreams about houses, which often represent our sense of self, our past experiences, and our emotional state.
Interesting. So dreaming about a crumbling house might symbolize feeling unstable or insecure.
Exactly. And then there are dreams about water, which often represent our emotions and our subconscious.
So dreaming about drowning might mean feeling overwhelmed by emotions.
It's possible. Or it could mean you need to explore your subconscious more deeply and figure out those hidden feelings.
This is making me realize that every part of a dream, from the characters to the setting to the smallest details, could have some kind of symbolic meaning.
Absolutely. That's what makes dream interpretation so fascinating. It's like learning a new language, the language of the subconscious.
Okay, I'm ready to become fluent in dream speak. What other tips does the book have for interpreting those nighttime messages?
Well, it encourages us to think about the cultural and religious context of dreams. Different cultures have their own unique beliefs and practices around dreams.
Right, like some cultures believe dreams are messages from gods or ancestors, while others see them as purely psychological.
Exactly. The book touches on those different perspectives, from ancient traditions of dream interpretation to modern scientific understandings of brain activity during sleep.
So it's about considering all those viewpoints to get a more complete understanding of our dreams.
Right. And speaking of different viewpoints, there's one more really interesting aspect of dream interpretation that the book talks about. The conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind.
Wait, there's a difference between the subconscious and the unconscious.
There is, and the book makes a really important distinction. Think of the subconscious as the layer just below the surface of our awareness. It's all those thoughts, feelings, and memories we're not actively thinking about, but that can still affect our behavior.
Okay, so it's like the backstage area where all the behind-the-scenes stuff is happening.
Exactly. Now, the unconscious mind is even deeper. It's like a hidden vault where our deepest fears, traumas, and instincts live.
Wow, so it's like the basement of the mind where all those dusty boxes of forgotten memories are stored.
I love that analogy. And the book suggests that sometimes our dreams can give us glimpses into this unconscious realm, revealing those primal urges and hidden motivations that influence us.
That's both fascinating and kind of scary. It's like realizing there's this whole other world operating beneath the surface.
It is. And the book emphasizes that to really access those deeper levels of the unconscious, it's often best to work with a trained therapist or dream analyst.
That makes sense. It's like exploring uncharted territory. You want to have a guide with you.
Exactly. But even without going into the depths of the unconscious, understanding how our conscious and subconscious minds work together can be super helpful for understanding our dreams.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I'm seeing my dreams in a whole new light now.
I'm glad to hear that. And there's still more to explore. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll be looking at techniques for remembering more of your dreams, shaping your dream experiences, and even getting into the world of lucid dreaming.
I can't wait. This dream journey is just getting started. Welcome back, Dream Explorers. We're wrapping up our deep dive into the world of dreams, using all the awesome insights you sent us from Dreams by Victoria Price.
We've covered so much already. We've talked about why we dream and how to interpret those crazy nighttime adventures.
Right. And now I want to get into the nitty-gritty. Like, how can we actually remember our dreams better?
Yeah. And can we actually shape those dream experiences? Is it possible to control what we dream about?
Okay, so first things first. How do we remember those dreams? Any tips?
Well, the book talks a lot about setting an intention before you fall asleep, like actually reminding yourself that you want to remember your dreams.
So it's about changing our mindset, not just dismissing dreams as random, but actually valuing them.
Exactly. And of course, keep that dream journal by your bed. Write down everything you remember as soon as you wake up.
Even if it's just a jumble of images.
Totally. Even just a few words can help solidify those memories.
Got it. What else can we do to boost dream recall?
The book suggests having a relaxing bedtime routine. Dim the lights, take a warm bath, maybe listen to some calming music.
Signal to your mind and body that it's time to wind down.
Right. And definitely avoid caffeine and alcohol before bed. Those can mess with your sleep cycles and make it harder to remember your dreams.
So chamomile tea over wine if you want to hang on to those dreams. Got it.
Exactly. And, there are also certain supplements that might help, like melatonin can help regulate your sleep and improve dream recall.
So lifestyle changes, mindfulness, diet, it's all connected.
It really is. Now, once you're remembering your dreams more consistently, you might want to start shaping those dream experiences.
Yes. Tell me about those techniques. The book mentioned visualization and dream anchors, right?
Yeah. Visualization is basically spending a few minutes before bed imagining the dream you want to have. The more vivid you make it, the better. Imagine the setting, the characters, the emotions.
So if I want to dream about, like, flying over a tropical island, I should really picture myself soaring through the air, feeling the wind and the sun.
Exactly. Engage all your senses. Make it as real as possible.
Okay, cool. And what about dream anchors? How do those work?
Dream anchors are basically objects or symbols that you connect with a specific dream or feeling. Keep it near you as you sleep, and it can act as a reminder or a trigger.
So it's like a little message to your subconscious.
Right. The book uses this example of someone who wants to have more lucid dreams. They might choose a special object, like a crystal, and hold it while visualizing themselves, becoming aware within their dream.
That's so cool. It's like building a bridge between our conscious intentions and our subconscious dream world.
Exactly. And speaking of lucid dreaming, the book dives deep into this whole practice of becoming aware that you're dreaming while you're dreaming.
I've always been fascinated by lucid dreaming, but it always seemed kind of mystical and impossible. Can anyone learn to do it?
It definitely takes practice and dedication, but there are techniques that can increase your chances. The book talks about something called reality testing. It's basically getting into the habit of questioning your reality throughout the day.
Like, how would that work?
Well, let's say you look at your hands a few times a day and ask yourself, am I dreaming?
Okay, but why would you do that?
Because in dreams, things can get distorted. So if you make reality checks a habit in your waking life, it might carry over into your dreams.
Ah, I see. So if I'm in a dream and I notice my hands look weird or the laws of physics are all messed up, that might trigger that realization.
Right. The more you practice those reality checks, the more likely you are to become lucid in a dream.
Okay, so practice makes perfect. What other lucid dreaming techniques are there?
Keeping a detailed dream journal can help a lot. The more familiar you are with your own personal dream language and patterns, the easier it'll be to spot those dream signs.
So it's about training your mind to recognize when you're dreaming.
Yeah. The book also mentions the Mile D technique, which stands for mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. It's basically waking up from a dream, remembering it really well, and then visualizing yourself going back into that dream. But this time, you're lucid.
So like a mental rehearsal for lucidity.
Exactly. And you can also try using affirmations, like repeating the phrase, I will know I'm dreaming, as you fall asleep.
It's all about aligning our conscious and subconscious minds, right?
Absolutely. Lucid dreaming is a skill, and it takes time and patience to develop.
So what's the payoff? What are the benefits of lucid dreaming?
Well, once you're lucid in a dream, you can do almost anything. You can shape the dream however you want, overcome fears, explore your creativity. It's like becoming the director of your own dream movie.
Wow, that's incredible. The possibilities for personal growth and creative exploration are endless.
And the book even talks about how lucid dreaming can be used therapeutically, like to confront nightmares or process trauma in a safe environment.
That's amazing, using the power of our own minds to heal.
Right. And beyond the practical stuff, lucid dreaming can be a really profound spiritual experience. It can offer glimpses into the nature of consciousness and how everything is interconnected.
This is all so mind-blowing. I'm definitely going to start exploring these dream techniques. Before we wrap up, though, I want to touch on one more thing. The connection between dreams and meditation.
Oh, yeah. The book talks about how meditation can help us access our subconscious and have more peaceful, insightful dreams.
It makes sense. Meditation is like a workout for our minds. It helps us quiet those racing thoughts and connect with that deeper wisdom.
Exactly. The book mentions several types of meditation that can be really helpful for dream work. Mindfulness meditation, breathing meditation, even walking meditation.
So find a practice that speaks to you and make it part of your routine.
Right. Even just a few minutes a day can have a big impact on your sleep and your ability to remember and understand your dreams.
Wow, this whole deep dive has been incredible. I've learned so much about dreams and the hidden depths of my own mind.
Me too. And remember, you're the one who brought us these amazing sources. We're just here to help you connect the dots and discover those hidden gems of wisdom.
So true. What's the most important thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I'd say the biggest takeaway is this. Dreams are powerful. They can help us understand ourselves, be more creative, and even heal. If we pay attention to them, explore their meaning, and learn to shape them, we can discover so much about who we are and who we can become.
That's a beautiful message. Thank you so much for guiding us through this incredible exploration of the dream world.
It was my pleasure. And to all our listeners out there, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and never stop asking those big questions.
Sweet dreams, everyone.